latest edition of Senior Showcase, where we take a look at an outstanding representative of the class of 2020. And I'm honored today to have Victoria Fisher with us.
Thank
How
you
you
for
doing, Victoria?
Good. How are you? Thank you for
Great.
having me.
No, my pleasure. Thanks for joining us. If you wouldn't mind to just take a minute and share what the last 4 years have been like for you and what you've been involved in when it comes to Prairie Ridge.
Okay, so for 3 years, I did volleyball. And then for all 4 years, I did basketball and softball.
Wow. So
Yeah.
so summer was pretty hectic for you.
Yeah, and I also do travel softball. So obviously, I couldn't do that during the softball season, but we have like an indoor facility. So even during like basketball and volleyball, I would still have to go to practice some nights. So.
Wow, that's hectic. So first tell me about your travel softball. What team were you with? How long you been with that team?
So I play for Carrie Crush Tidal Waves,
Okay,
and I've been playing since 10U, but I did rec before, but travel I've been playing since 10U.
great. Now, what's been kind of your specialty? What position do you play?
Um, I've switched like a lot, but usually I catch or I play in the outfield. So usually center.
Now, which one do you like more?
Uh, I like I like center because I like having control and like I'm very vocal, so I can like call people off. So and I see like the whole field basically. So
I figured you'd be pretty vocal as a catcher too, telling everyone
yeah,
what to do,
as a
right?
catcher,
So,
you have to be very vocal, but I just hate blocking. And I'm also like very tall, so it's like my legs are long, so it's like I put so much pressure onto my knees, so I didn't like catching that much. But yeah.
got it. So, and then obviously, this softball season didn't end as you had hoped or
Yeah.
didn't even begin, right? So, where were you guys in the process when you heard about the quarantine when it came to the high school softball team?
So we were a couple practices in, like we just finished tryouts, and we were actually, I think it was our second time being outside. And then they were just like basically telling us, hey, this like we might not see you again. And I don't know, it just kind of like ended there. It was just kind of weird. Like no one thought like it would end like that. We thought we were going to come back, but so I guess
How,
that's.
how have you and your teammates kind of processed that? Because obviously, you've probably gone through a lot of emotions around that. Do you mind sharing some of that?
Um, I think we were all kind of upset because like on Snapchat, there's like from years ago, like last year memories will pop up and we're seeing like all the like Snapchat memories of like on the bus rides or like goofing off and like we keep sending it in our group chat saying like how much we like miss each other. But I mean, I was kind of excited because there's only 2 seniors this year. So it was me and Courtney Friend. So I think we were going to be good too, but I guess, I don't know.
Now, do you and Courtney play in the same travel team, or are you guys on different teams?
We play in the same organization, but she is on a different team, but we're in the same organization. So yeah.
Got it. Now, is there, I don't know how it's going to go this summer. Are you still going to be part of that program this summer?
I know they've canceled a lot of our tournaments, but we usually do one big one. So we go to Ocean City, Maryland for nationals, and they still haven't canceled it. So I don't know if we're still doing. It's kind of like iffy. It's like I don't know, but I know they've canceled most of our tournaments, or they're
And
like pushing
and
them.
and you're repping it with the sweatshirt there,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Cool. So how many times have you gone to nationals?
Um, so we used to go to Minnesota, and we've been there I think 3 times, and then there's a nationals in Rockford, so we've been there twice, and then Ocean City, Maryland this would be my second time going there.
So when you think about, you mentioned Snapchat, time on the bus, with your teammates. What are some of those memories as you look back on Wolf softball that really hold a special place in your heart for you?
Um, I have like a funny memory. One of our coaches, his name is Bobby. He's an old guy, and he is just I don't even know. He's just crazy, but nicest, funniest person you'll ever meet. And so usually he wears boots to the games and the same
Like cowboy boots or
like work boots.
work boots. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so and like the same like a black jeans and a black shirt and like or like a sweatshirt. He'd always wear that. And so one of my teammates graduated last year, Jill Minatello, and he was always saying, "I'm faster than Jill. I can like beat her in any race." And so one of the games, it was like one of our last games. I think it was like a regional game. He comes and he's wearing gym shoes. So we were all excited because he's wearing gym shoes. And he's like, "Okay, Jill, let's race." So they're like, "On your marks, get set, go." And he starts running and he falls. And we thought he just like tripped, but he actually pulled his hamstring.
Oh, no.
So the next time we saw him was like our like team like get together like end of the year, and it was like we went to like Nick's Pizza. And so he comes and his whole back of his leg is like purple and blue, and it was so funny because we have so many pictures and videos of it. It was so funny.
Oh my gosh. I could relate as an old guy.
Yeah.
So the pulling the hammy. So next time he's got to stretch, I guess.
Yeah. But it was just so funny. Like, and I bet the other team was probably like, "What is going on?" So yeah.
Now, if you look back on your time playing at PR for softball now,
Mhm.
what is there a game or two that really stick out for you that that was a fun game or a great game or a comeback or exciting game?
I don't remember who it was against, but I remember we were losing. It was a really good comeback. We were losing by, I don't know, like 7 runs or something like that. And our big hitters were coming up. So Kylie Leverance, Emmy, Maddie O'Brien. And it was like back-to-back home runs. It was like we had like, I think 4 home runs that game.
Wow.
And we like came back like pretty good. I think we won, I'm pretty sure. So
Okay. How about you yourself personally? Is there you know one of those games where you're just in the zone? The ball looked like a volleyball coming at you. I mean,
um,
what was one of those games for you?
I mean, like the game that stuck out the most is we had like a double header, so it wasn't like a conference game, and it was the second one. And I'll admit I was kind of being lazy, and I was backpedaling in the outfield, and I fell on my butt, and like the ball was still coming, so I just like kind of stuck out my glove and still caught it, and it was like the other team was even cheering for me. Like it was like the funniest thing ever. And I don't remember who it was against, but it was pretty fun. I think that was my best memory from that. I don't know.
Did anyone happen to get it on video?
No, that was like the worst part because usually we film our games, or my dad does. He like films the games, and it was like a double header, so like didn't like really matter. They're usually like we're just trying people in new positions and getting everyone in, and they didn't get it on video, but it was the funniest thing ever. Yeah.
So you played 3 years volleyball. Tell me about your time in volleyball. What did you do club volleyball too, or did you just do high school volleyball?
No, I did not do club volleyball, but I did high school,
Okay.
and I was very thankful to have such like amazing coaches that they really pushed me and like wanted to work with me to like get better because they knew I didn't do like club or anything, but I really like liked playing like the sport. So one of my coaches, Jimmy, who doesn't work at the school, he works for like Sky High. I remember I was a freshman and I moved up to the sophomore team, and he like really like worked with me. We'd goof off sometimes, but he was always like he knew he'd get mad at me, and I was like, okay, it's time to be like serious, you know. But a couple of times after practice, I would just ask him like, can you stay and can we like practice like hitting and like setting, and like he would always stay and work with me for like 15 minutes just so I wasn't like behind because everyone's always playing in the summer and stuff. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, how about on the hoop side? Talk me through who your coaches were, your experience there, how the season ended up this year.
So I had two different coaches. My first year I had Lima, who obviously is not there anymore,
Yep.
and Nick Levis. Uh, Again, good coaches. Nick was a really good coach. He would again stay after a couple times to like shoot around. A couple of girls like Carly Scatter would like stay around and shoot, or Nicole Dorn. And he was a really good coach. He always pushed me and made sure that I could like be the best that I could be. And then my junior year and senior year, I had Coach Tagey and Carblum, both good coaches. And this year, just kind of, I was actually the only senior on the basketball team, so that was kind of interesting. But we didn't, I mean, I think we played okay with what we had. We had a lot of injuries and people always getting sick, so I think we did the best that we could with what we had.
Did you have any favorite memories looking back on your varsity basketball time?
I know one time we went to Hannah Beardsley to go support the younger girls because they always come to our games sometimes.
Oh, cool.
So Tagey's daughter actually plays on it, his older daughter, and so we were just cheering them on. And so at halftime, usually at PR, like we always like shoot around at when like no one's on the court. And so I was like, why is no one shooting around? So then Carson Carblum was like, I want to go shoot. And so I kind of look at Tagey and I was like, do you think they'll care if we like go on the court and shoot? And he's like, I don't care. So I was trying to get Carson to like come down, and she's like, no, like I don't want to go. I don't know where the balls are or anything. So I walk down on the court by myself. I'm looking for like balls. I go into the office. I find like a couple balls, and I'm like shooting by myself. Carson finally comes down. The rest of our team finally comes down. And then all of a sudden, like the whole like gym with like all like the middle schoolers are on the court, and we're all trying to shoot like half court shots, and like everyone, it was funny. Like, and then all you hear is like the Huffmans. I don't know if you know the Huffmans, but they are like the, I don't know, the announcers or whatever. And they're like, please everyone get off the court. Like we're starting soon. But I don't know. It was just fun to see like everyone just goofing off at halftime, you know, not just sitting there on the bleachers. So
now, if you look back on your different teammates that you've had across softball, volleyball, basketball, there's always one or two clowns, right?
yeah.
So, who are the funniest ones that you would say were the clowns over your last couple of years of varsity ball?
For basketball or like all sports?
Any sport you want to name.
I would say when I was playing volleyball, Hannah Bowden is the funniest person ever. And she's amazing at volleyball, but like she just goes on the court and like it just comes so natural to her. And it's like it looks like she's not even trying, but she's like amazing. And she's very like funny. And I think she was very funny for volleyball. For basketball, I would have to say Carson. She's very shy, but once you get to know her and like open her up, her awkwardness just like makes her like so funny. She's just so awkward and like shy that it just makes her like, we don't pick on her. Like I'm not trying to be mean. We don't pick on her, but we mess with her.
It's a cute funny.
Yeah, like she knows we're not actually being mean, but we just joke around with her, and she's so funny. And softball, I would have to say Nicole Kitty. She's another junior, and she's, again, just the most sweetest person ever. But, again, you can, like, pick on her, and she's just like a klutz. And so it just makes it funny. So
I don't know if she'll appreciate the klutz comment.
I think she will. I've known her for a really long time, and I think she'll think it's fine.
Okay. Now, tell us, what are your plans starting next year? What's next for Victoria Fisher?
I'm going to go to the University of Mizzou. So I'm going in undecided because I'm deciding between education and psychology. So I'm probably going to major in one of those, or even major in education and then minor in psychology. So I don't know yet.
Okay. So what made you decide on the University of Missouri?
Um, the price is very good, and you can also get in-state for staying over the summer.
Hmm.
So that was a good part. The rec center is very beautiful. But
So you're a sucker for that lazy river, huh?
yeah. I don't know what my life is gonna be without being so like busy with sports. I gotta go like work out, otherwise I'm not gonna be in shape anymore. So
Oh, I'm sure you'll have plenty of intramurals to dive into as
yeah.
well.
Um yeah, I was looking at a couple like other schools, and both my parents went to Iowa.
Hmm.
My dad played football at Iowa, so
Hmm.
he's kind of mad that I'm going to an SEC school, and he's like, I'm never wearing a Mizzou like hat or anything like spirit wear, but he's like, but I have a lot of black and gold, so I'll wear those. But he's like, I'm not wearing it. So
I bet you we'll give your dad half a year and that will change, right?
yeah, I know. For Father's Day, we probably shouldn't, and he probably won't watch this, but we got him a couple like Mizzou stuff, so I'm sure he'll wear it.
There you go. Now, are you ready? What were the other schools that you thought of before you settled on Mizzou? Who else was in the running? Now, Iowa probably, right?
Yeah, Iowa was a big one, and then Nebraska, Iowa State, and then Illinois State.
Okay. Well, I've got one son in Nebraska, so that was a good choice, and I got one son in the SEC, so I'm torn. Um, when you're looking now, do you already know who your roommate's going to be at Mizzou?
Yes, yeah.
How did you find the roommate, and how? Tell me about that process.
So actually she goes to PR, and we're like we have like the same kind of like friends, but we're not like we are friends like now, but we're not like best friends. We just
Sure.
like know of each other. So I think it's gonna her name's Katie Gilmore, and I think it's gonna work out because we obviously can trust each other, we're not gonna have any problems. We get along. I've had a couple classes with her, commons, and we've talked, and I'm really gonna like enjoy her, and it's like kind of nice to have like someone that you know and like that's from your home. So
You go
yeah.
check out things with. Now, there's a lot of PR folks going to Mizzou this year, right?
Yeah.
On your class, how many other PR students are you aware of that are going?
Um, I know Courtney Friend is, and then um, Katie, obviously, Ryan Flanagan, Brett Nygren, and I'm pretty sure that's it. And then I know a couple people from Cary who I've played like softball with are going too. So
Okay. Now, are you planning on any kind of clubs or groups or Greek life or anything like that as you look at Mizzou?
yeah, I plan on like rushing or like joining a sorority.
Okay.
But I feel like I have to like go there and like I think they have like those like little like tables and stuff where you can like see clubs and stuff. So I'm gonna like look into it when I get there because I don't want to like look at something online and then end up like not liking it or something.
Okay, so you weren't looking to go to rush the week before school starts. You're looking to maybe rush later in the year or something like that.
No, I was gonna go the week before. Yeah, I was.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Um. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, that'll be exciting for you.
Hmm.
So, tell us about your family. How many folks in your family, who they are, their names, what they do?
Okay, so I have four people in my family, including me, and then so I have an older sister named Sam, and she goes to the University of Northern Iowa, and she does track there. She's a pole vaulter, and she's a senior now in college. And
Awesome.
then, yep. And then my mom, Karen, she works for Trustmark or something like that. She's an HR, so she recruits people all the time. And
Hmm.
then my dad, Scott, is a construction worker. So
Terrific. So, how are your folks feeling about their baby leaving and heading off to college?
um I think they're sad because sometimes I like make my own dinners, but my mom always makes dinners for our family, and I usually try to sit with them. But my dad's like, "You're going away, like you have to keep sitting at dinner with us." And he's like, "What happened to my little girl who used to like hold my hand into like the grocery store and stuff? Like, why don't you do that anymore?" And I was like, "I'm grown up." Like, so I think they're excited for me, but they're also sad that they're like last kids leaving. So
Sure, sure. Now, how are you feeling about that? What are you gonna miss most about being gone from home?
uh probably, I don't know. I guess just like the home cooked meals and just sometimes sitting in the living room with like our dog and just like watching TV shows, or I don't know what I'm gonna
So
miss.
tell us about your dog.
So we actually I tried to convince my parents for years to get a dog, and last year we offered to foster a dog. Her name's LaRue, and we started fostering her, and then she has aggression issues because we think she was abused when she was younger. So she's
Sure.
kind of protective of her food and stuff. But she's gotten a lot better. And so this Christmas, my family like fell in love with her, even though they like never wanted a dog and they don't think like I was responsible enough to have one. But we finally adopted her, so now she's with us. So
Do you know how old LaRue is?
I believe she is 3.
Is she a mutt or a mix or what is she?
She is a coonhound lab.
Oh, okay. So pretty big dog.
She's medium size, yeah. She's about medium size, yeah.
So now she's getting used to you, and then you're gonna run off on her.
I know. She gets very like attached to us too. Like I remember one of my softball games my parents brought her, and every time I'd come out to bat, you would just hear her like barking and like crying, like whimpering, or every time my dad would kind of walk around like the field, she'd see me in the outfield and she'd just like start like crying and like barking. So I don't know. It's gonna, even when my sister comes home from college, like she'll just all of a sudden just run to the door and just start like barking. So she knows.
Sure. Now back to the sports part, because you said now that you're not going to be playing sports in college, you're going to be spending time at the rec center and such. Did you think about it? Were you looking at possibly playing, or were you like, okay, senior year ends, I'm good, I'm done?
Um, I think my sophomore year, I still wanted to play softball in college, and I was actually looking at the coach like reached out to me at Rutgers, New Jersey.
Hmm.
So I was kind of like I was thinking about it, but then I didn't want to do it in college. Like I just wanted to be a student and have like my own free time.
Sure, sure.
But
Now, um, think now. Well, what's quarantine been like? So you were talking about your folks eating dinner together. Have there been any new Fisher family traditions that have come up during the quarantine?
um not really. It's just kind of been the same. Uh we eat out a little bit more, which is kind of weird because my mom always like makes dinner. So it's
Sure.
kind of weird to see we eat out a little bit more.
What
But
has been the go-to? What have been the go-tos?
mm, I would say like Culver's, Chipotle, and Portillo's. Those have been like the main 3.
So that one corner right there of town.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
And a
and
lot of Julianne's ice cream. So,
okay, and I learned that there's a number of PR students working there at
yeah.
Julian's as well, right?
Yeah.
Um, what any binge watching that has taken up some time for you?
Uh, I don't really like watching TV shows or like movies. Like I try to, but I end up getting like bored or can't like focus.
Sure.
But one show I was watching was a Money Heist.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good one.
So that one's kind of sucked you in a little bit.
Yeah.
Any family games, book reading, walks,
Mm,
trails, anything like that?
walks. We tried doing a puzzle, but gave up.
Gave up on the puzzle? You couldn't find any new ones?
No, we started it and then we realized it was like kind of like complicated and big, and then like we kind of just gave up. But I've just been, I guess, cleaning my room a lot. I let it get messy and then I clean it, and then I've been painting a lot. That's
So when you say painting, painting the house or art?
art.
All right, so tell us about that. Is that like a hidden love, or were you involved in some of that at PR?
Um, I just this year took an art class just to kind of like relax and just paint, but I just kind of paint like in my free time if I'm like bored, or I don't know, I just feel like painting, but I guess it just kind of calms me down, gives me something to do.
What kind of painting do you like? Is this like watercolor or oil or?
Um, I do
If you
acrylic.
have something, we'd love to see it.
Okay, yeah. I'll show you like my favorite and then the ones I have been working on.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I just do acrylic paint and then I'll just show you a couple. But I do it like on wood because since my dad's like a construction worker, he gets like a lot of free wood, so he just cuts it up for me, and then I don't have to like buy canvases. So my favorite painting that I've ever done was the rapper Travis Scott.
Oh my gosh, that is good.
Thank you. But
Holy cow.
yeah, that
You
was
just
my
did that from a picture?
yeah. So I just pull up like pictures sometimes if I'm doing like people. I just pull up the picture and I kind of just look for a picture that I like and just paint it. But yeah, that was
Awesome.
yeah, that was my favorite one. And then for my friend, she actually likes Trippy Red. So I've been working on another wrapper for her.
Wow.
So there's that one. And then I just do like random ones where it's just like abstract, just like
Yeah.
random whatever. So
When did you discover this love? Because you got a real talent there.
oh, thank you. Um uh my on my dad's side of the family, my uncle, who's my dad's sister's husband. So he's an art teacher, and I don't know, I just like I've always just like coloring and sketching. So, but I've always asked him questions about how I can improve my art and what art supplies to use and stuff. So I think I kind of like got it from him. Like they're more artistic side, and like my dad's a construction worker, and he like knows a lot about like painting rooms, and like he just has like a creative side. So I feel like that's where I kind of developed like my painting.
That left side of the brain kind of
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
Where I'm just surprised that you haven't looked to explore that further. That really that this year was the first year you took an art class.
Yeah, I never like took it seriously. I just kind of did it like it's not like I pay like all the time. I just kind of do it when I feel like it. And I feel like that's when like the best paintings like happen because I don't feel like forced to do it or anything.
Mhm.
So I feel like it's just kind of like a hobby, or like a
No, well, it's great. Any thoughts on taking some classes or joining an art club or anything like that at Mizzou?
uh I'll probably like look into it or something, but probably not. I don't know.
You got a lot of if you're in the scenery, a lot of pretty scenery around there. So I'm sure just sitting around the columns, you could paint some cool,
Oh
even
yeah,
abstracts there.
the columns would be fun to like paint. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So if you look back at your time at Prairie Ridge, um, who are the faculty members or coaches or anyone that really made a huge impact on your life that I really enjoyed that class or enjoyed that time?
Um, I would say one class that I really enjoyed was this year Wadlington's class for Psych and Soc. He just makes the classroom environment so comfortable, and I like how he sets up his classes and how it's kind of just like a lecture,
Mhm.
and then you kind of just like test off of like if you were listening in the class. And we do like small like little projects, but I would always come to him with like questions or like about like life, or he would talk to me about basketball, and I really enjoy his class.
Now, you mentioned either education or psych, right? Did you say psych?
Mhm. Or psych.
So is that where that came from? Kind of what you've begun to discover in the class, or is that a love you've had prior?
No, I've always enjoyed like psychology
Hmm.
and um education. My aunt's also a teacher and my great grandma was a teacher, so I think I'm getting it from that side more.
So if you'd want to teach, would it be the little ones or high school?
Mm, that's like the hard part because I love teaching little kids, but like I'd also love to be like a high school teacher.
Hmm.
So I still like undecided about that.
So you're just going to take your gen eds and see where it goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna see like I'm gonna ask a couple of my friends. They're doing elementary like education, so I'm gonna
Hmm.
like ask them how they like it and everything. I did the preschool lab through PR Little Paws, so
Yeah.
I kind of like got an idea of what it's like to teach like little kids. So
And did you enjoy spending time with the little kids?
yes, they are so funny, like amazing. And two of my neighbors actually, I told them about the class and they came to it, so I got to like have a couple people like I know,
Oh,
but
neat.
they're so funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So, Mr. Wadlington made a huge impact. Anyone else, when you look back on your 4 years, any faculty members that, man, they were just great?
Uh, the counselor, Miss Berg,
Hmm.
she is amazing. She's the kindest person you will ever meet and so understanding. And I remember just like always coming to her with like problems. I'm like, I don't know what to do about this class, or like, should I be taking this, or I need to drop this class. And she always would help me. And then I would always come to her about like what I want to do in the future. And I'd always like change. I was like, I wanted to do architecture, I wanted to do interior designing, and then I went to education and I just kept changing. And she just kind of helped me like find a path of like what I like and what she sees me as doing, because I'm actually our families are kind of close too. So she
Hmm.
kind of knows me, and I play her daughter plays in the same organization as me too. So
Okay.
for softball, so she kind of knows me and gave me ideas of what she could see me like doing, and she's just amazing.
So I know you're undecided, but it doesn't mean that you don't have dreams and you don't try to picture life 10 years from now.
Yeah.
So picture you're 28 years old. Where are you living? What's life look like? What
Uh,
career might you be in? When you look out the front door of your house, what do you see?
um, I would probably say I would choose probably education and just living somewhere warm.
Hmm.
I don't like living in the cold. And I guess just living in a nice house with a family and teaching, I guess. That's basically it. That's all I could ask for.
No, that's great. So you're envisioning falling in love with the warmer weather of Como
Yeah.
and
Somewhere
enjoying that.
where, I don't know. Yeah. Because it still snows there, but I
Sure.
don't think it's as cold as here. So,
Well, if you make some SEC road trips, you might get to some of the some of the even warmer schools as well. So,
yeah.
um, what are you looking forward to most about going to Mizzou
Um,
or college in general?
just like being on my own, and I think I've learned so much from like all the sports I've done, and I also like had a job. I learned a lot about time management, commitment, like responsibility, and I think I'm pretty set for college. I'm gonna try to hang out with like friends, but I'm still gonna like get my homework done. Um, I don't know. I think it's just gonna be fun to like not see the same faces all the time. Like it's gonna be such a big school where I like see so many different people, meet so many new people, and not just be in the same school and like seeing the same faces in the hallway. So
Cool. Now that you're officially a grad, now did you partake in the graduation parade
yeah,
last week?
yeah, I did.
Tell us about that. What did you do? Were you with a group of your friends, with your family?
So my family decorated a car and then we all went together. And then afterwards, a couple of my friends came over who took pictures, and that was about it.
Did you guys all meet up somewhere, or did you just decorate the car in the driveway, or did you decorate it at VA, or?
We just decorated in the driveway, and then my friends just came over to my house because I live pretty close to PR. So,
Okay.
and then, yeah, that was about it.
So now that you're going to be now that you're officially an alum, and you hear the term "once a wolf, always a wolf," what's that mean to you?
Uh, I think like a pack of wolves is like a bond that can't be broken, and it's just kind of like no one ever gets like left behind. You all stick together, and I kind of saw that not only in sports. I mean, obviously in sports, like my basketball team was this year was so amazing. Like I love all the girls, and obviously outside of basketball, we'd always still say hi to each other in the hallways and stay in contact. And even like through our banquet, it was like kind of over for a while, but we all came to our banquet and we all clicked again. Like it was like nothing, like we were never separated. It seemed like we had practice the next day or like a game. Like I think like that, or even just like the teachers, like I can email any of like my favorite teachers or who I had like connections with outside if I have questions or anything, or even just coming back to like see like coaches and teammates like play. I think they'll always like let me or never like make it awkward or like uncomfortable. Like it'll always be like nothing ever happened, nothing ever changed. We can always pick off where we came from.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well said.
Thank you.
Now, if you think about, sorry, I have Siri talking to me out of the clear. That's weird. um, Other than your immediate family or close friends, what's something that people just don't know about you? Something quirky, something funny, some hidden talents.
Um, a lot of people like my obviously like my friends and family know this, but like a lot of people don't know that I hate fruit and I don't eat fruit. Like at all. I can have it in a smoothie, but I don't eat fruit and I don't know what it is. And I sometimes don't even like touch it. I don't know what it is.
Now, is there a fruit in particular that grosses you out?
No, all of it does. Like it's not just like one, it's like all of it. But yeah.
You're an athlete. How can you not eat fruit?
I know
What were you eating in between games, or
that's
when
what
you went back? What were you eating?
everyone says. That's what everyone says. But I always I'd always have like just like a Snickers bar, like Skittles and then or I mean like I eat vegetables, but like I'm not gonna eat that in between a game. I'd always just have like a candy bar.
And I'll tell you, usually with the college cafeterias have a ton of fruit and a lot of good fruit salad bars and things like
Yeah.
that. So,
And I don't know what it is. I don't eat it.
um, last thing, when you think about kind of the mundane or the boring part of having been at PR, what do you really kind of appreciate now that you wish you would have had a chance to still be able to do kind of that day in, day out stuff?
Um, I guess just like seeing all my friends and seeing like teachers and like talking to everyone, or even just like having a set schedule. Like I'd go to school, I'd go to a sport, and then weekends I would work. And it's just like it's so weird like not being so busy. So I kind of wish I never like would say, "Oh, I need a break from all of this," because now this is way too long of a break for me. But I guess just seeing like my friends and going out to lunch with them, and that's about it, I guess.
Was
Cooking
there a
off.
favorite lunch spot?
We'd always go to Chick-fil-A or Culver's.
Okay, of course, Culver's, because you're obviously addicted there. So,
Yeah.
which Sunday special was your go-to that you saw it on the menu? You're like, oh, I got to get that one.
At Culver's.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would just get like chicken fingers and like fries. That's about it. I never really explore. I'm kind of a picky eater,
Okay.
so that's all I would ever have.
Well, not eating fruit, I could imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's awesome. It's been a privilege to get to talk to you today. I just want to thank you, appreciate you being a great representative for your class, and wish you nothing but success as you head out to Mizzou.
Okay, thank you so much for having me and doing this for everyone.
My pleasure. Thanks again.
No problem.
Everybody just clap your hands. Clap your hands, everybody just clap your hands.
One of our neighborhood's like really close.
Mhm.
So it was actually funny. The first time they moved in, they had a Iowa Hawkeye flag, and
Yeah.
my dad was like, it was like raining out, and he was like, "Oh, they have an Iowa Hawkeye flag. I'm gonna go out there and talk to him." We were like, "No, Dad, don't be weird, don't be weird."
Yeah.
And he just goes straight across, and he's starting a conversation. And ever since then, our families have been close. They have 2 little daughters, so we babysit them all the time, and
Oh, cool.
they help us plant trees. We take the girls to the park. We take them like fishing, and they're amazing. But my neighbor actually planned Saturday a drive-by graduation. They surprised me, and so a couple of like they texted my friends and like old family members and like softball teammates to like come and drive by. So I got to see everyone, and everyone like made signs and everything. So it was very nice.
Oh, that was sweet. That
Yeah.
was awesome. Did you get on video?
Yes. I think my mom posted it on her Facebook, so
Okay.
all like the pictures and everyone, and it was good to see everyone, and it made me happy.